Harris Heller has a video on cameras. Well, really, he has like 5 videos on cameras that are good for streaming. But there's one in particular where he talks about like the ideal streamer and content creation camera.
I've got a feature for you that if you add into your camera, it will be the camera streamers buy. Every single camera, here, let me zoom in here. Every single camera, I mean, the newest cameras like this one have a USB-C. I mean, this thing is ready for connectivity to a PC. Let us connect this camera to a PC and not only power it through USB to get rid of that stupid dummy battery, but also let us transfer the image from the camera to the PC, clean, high def, uncompressed, through HDMI. No buying a dummy battery, no buying a capture card. Basically treat this thing as a webcam with a single cable going from the camera to the PC.
So I saw that video and I was in the mood to buy a new camera, and I was shopping on Amazon and I said, oh my God, I found it. This right here is the Panasonic Lumix G9. And what you're watching through right now and what I've been recording all my videos with since I got a camera was the Panasonic G7, which is the little brother of this camera. And it's big brother indeed, because this camera is tiny. It's about the same size, but the weight, this feels like a toy now compared to this beast. What's even crazier about it is that it seems to advertise all the features that Harris was talking about in his video. Right here, you'll see there's a USB 3.0 port that connects directly to your computer. And the idea is that not only does that charge the camera, which is like the only camera to do that, you can actually set it up to tether this to your PC, where you can actually control things like the aperture and shutter speed from your PC, and it sends an output through USB to your PC, just like Harris was talking about, right? And then the last reason I got it was that I wasn't satisfied just making 4K content. I decided I wanted to make 4K content at 60 frames per second, which this can do, sort of. When the body came in, I was immensely happy. I threw the kit lens from the G7 on it and went and took pictures. And I think I got some really cool ones. Then I set it up and I streamed with it. And I found out it's not all it's cracked up to be. It was so close. So the USB 3 to the PC doesn't output a clean 4K 60 output to the PC. It was wishful thinking in the first place. That's a lot of data over USB. But capture cards are all sold out right now. So I ended up having to buy an HDMI switcher just so I can switch between the cameras during my streams. Then I'm streaming with it and having fun, and it fucking dies while it's plugged in. So then the next day I run some tests and I conclude that it doesn't get enough power when it's plugged into the PC while it's recording. So instead I plugged it into the wall. I didn't even skip the power strip. I just plugged it straight in the wall, and then it seemed to be getting enough power to last over time. So then I go to stream again and it dies again. Turns out when you have this bad boy plugged into HDMI, outputting an HDMI signal to a capture card or a splitter or a TV or whatever, it burns through more battery than it can gain through its charge port. I thought I was gonna buy this thing and not have to buy a capture card and not have to buy a dummy battery. And I ended up ordering an HDMI splitter for the capture card and a dummy battery. I thought, no biggie, it's still a cool camera. It's still got loads of cool features like a screen on top that tells you stuff. It's kind of cool. As long as I can start making 4K 60 videos, I'm satisfied. So there's one more limitation on this thing because of certain like tax laws in Europe. It's not allowed to record for more than 30 minutes at a time, or else it gets classified as a filmmaking camera. I didn't think that was a huge deal because most of my recordings end up less than half an hour. Turns out whenever you choose 4K 60, it goes down to 10 minutes. Apparently, if you were gonna try to do more than 10 minutes of 4K 60, this sumbitch would overheat. But aha, there are tricks online to bypass the 10-minute time limit, and you can actually set it in like display mode or like demo mode or something. And apparently that would let you record for as long as you want. However, they patched it with firmware that came pre-installed. So I bought this thing to record 4K 60 video without a capture card and without a dummy battery. And before I knew it, I was ordering a dummy battery, I was ordering a capture card, and I couldn't record for more than 10 minutes. So close, dude. It's a beautiful camera too. I really, really love it, but it doesn't suit my purposes. I'm gonna have to return it. Luckily, there is a savior. G9 is out, but GH5 is in. This is the Panasonic Lumix GH5. It's essentially the same camera as the G9, only, what do you know, this is the videography camera, whereas that's more the photography stills camera. I initially ruled this one out because it's significantly more expensive than the G9 at base price. However, turns out, if you buy this one used, it comes out to about the same price. Now, this one does not have the USB charging or the output over USB like the G9 had advertised, so it didn't make up for the fact that I had a dummy battery and a capture card. However, uses the same dummy battery as the G9, so I didn't even have to order a new one. Also, all of its internal settings are pretty much identical, and it uses the same lens, so it's pretty much the same camera, only it's immensely better, and I can record 4K 60 for as long as my SD card will handle. Anyways, guys, the GH5 is not the dream stream cam that Harris was talking about, but it is a pretty solid camera, and I'm super excited to use it going forward. If you're interested in picking up the GH5 or G7, or even if you're looking for a new photography camera and you want to get the G9, there'll be affiliate links in the description. Just be sure that you're getting the right one for your needs. By the way, remind me to make a video on this speed booster sometime. It is so dope. Anyways, I can't wait for you guys to enjoy my 4K 60 videos on your 1080p phones. If you want to see the GH5 in action, I already have a video up using it. You'll find it here on this end card, as well as a button to subscribe if you want to catch more 4K 60 content on your 1080p phones. And if you have questions about cameras, you should hit up my stream and my Discord, links in the description below. Right. What?